Hey Leo, it's currently 1:18 a.m. on Wednesday, July 5th, 2023. I'm in my office here, and I wanted to talk about Helix and how far along we've come in the last 2 years. Our team has grown a lot since I first started this in 2021, I believe. We have almost 25 people now all across the world, fully remote team, and I just wanted to showcase the progress and leave it as like a time marker in the long history of Helix, many more years to come, and look back at it. Hopefully I can look back at it a few years later and then just think about how far along we've gotten since now. So yeah, I wanted to explain also the vision that I have for Helix as of now, and also for the metaverse and the future. First of all, I think the metaverse is still kind of a far ways along. I think the bottleneck right here, the limitation currently is the hardware. Metaverse in terms of the embodied 3D virtual internet, I believe that we just need either a virtual reality or some other form of computing in order to really experience it to the fullest, because right now just looking at 3D environments, no matter how good it is, through a 2D screen is really, it's not what it's meant to be, and people will not really feel immersed, and they won't really see additional benefit beyond just using web pages or not. So until then, gaming I think is the most practical sense in entertainment, and that's what we're exactly starting with at Helix. And looking back at just how games are created and how to make something look really nice, it really comes down to, I think, art and 3D art. And traditionally, AAA game budgets, a lot of them, a huge part of the budget goes towards creating the 3D assets and the animations and everything. And that's why it's really difficult for people to, or indie developers, to create really good looking games. Now it's kind of a leveling the playing field, because we have nice game engines like Unity and Unreal Engine that are completely free to use. But I want to take it a step even beyond that, because those are still things that require kind of a steep learning curve. So in a way, I want to abstract that even further and make the process of creating games and creating environments and creating virtual worlds just as easy as playing them. So blurring the line between the player and creator, and we aim to do that at Helix by shipping a bunch of creation tools directly into the game and making that a core part of the gameplay. So let me just show some of the stuff. Let's see. So this is our new website that we just published. Our designer Callum did an amazing job with this. I initially sketched everything out and then wrote the copy, and then he turned it into what you see here. It's just really, really nice. So being built on top of Unreal Engine 5, we have the rendering side already done and the optimization side. On top of that, we pretty much provide everything else that you need to get it online. So the server aspect of it, the networking, the hosting, and also monetization tools. And really, it's we make money when creators make money, and we're really more of a creator platform in that sense, a developer platform. And right now, I would say, comparing where the metaverse is to where the internet used to be, I would say we're almost like 1990s, if not like 1990, 1992. We're sort of like, we haven't reached mainstream adoption. It's still there. It's just not being used by a lot of people. Not a lot of people know about it. But I think it's inevitable. It's just the next generation of the internet. You can really be whatever you want, and you could imagine in education or whatnot, like instead of reading about certain history, you can actually be in it physically, and you can interact with NPCs in it. And especially with all this AI stuff coming out, we're also building that into Helix as well. But I just really think it's something that really, really excites me, the idea that you could be anywhere and be anything, and experience anything. So part of what I've been doing is designing our build mode, which is the integrated creation tool, to be as intuitive as possible. So I was just designing this today. It says final. It's final as of today, so I'm sure it's about to change more. But I've been developing Helix worlds myself, like dogfooding basically, our own product, and I realized that it's quite difficult of a process. I have to go between my Visual Studio code, and then I've got to go to the game server. I got to restart things whenever I change code. Then I got to go back into the game client, and then I got to connect to the local host. It's just kind of a nightmare. So to streamline all that process, I'm integrating all that into build mode, but I also need to make sure for people that do not know how to code or do not need to code, it's still intuitive for them to just create really cool looking environments. So this is our client that we have so far. I'm going to mute it. But here you can go to different worlds, and we also have a universal avatar that you can decorate, and the Helix Exchange where you can pretty much purchase anything that you could possibly think of. And this is a great way for developer or item creators to also make money. So it's a whole ecosystem of creators. I'm actually connect to one of the worlds here. I'll connect to the local host. So this is the world that I was testing. It's just free roam. I was testing damageable props. So let's see. Yeah, this is using the old character, so it looks kind of funky. Let's try to get into this vehicle. Look at his arms, dude. Oops. There we go. So this environment, this test level, and these destructible props, I created, or I had it in Unreal Engine, and then I was able to export it out using, using the Helix bridge. So that's what we're calling the plugin. This is an incredibly important part of Helix, but using this plugin in Unreal Engine, you're directly able to import any asset from Unreal Engine directly into Helix and then use it through our scripting. So a very powerful scripting API. You use it using Lua, which is what also other game engines or other modding games usually use. But using this, you're able to pretty much do anything that you can in Unreal Engine directly in Helix. So you get all the added benefits of what we provide. So using just these tools alone, I think people will make incredible things. And that's always what I wanted to do, was to create the ultimate creation tool. I think that's like the magnum opus, or just like the best creation of all the different things that I create would be the ultimate creation tool that lets other people create all these things. So pretty excited that we're kind of getting there. We haven't launched yet, but we will soon, later this year. And by that point, we'll have filled up our developer exchange with a lot of stuff. So that's another part. I don't know if I have a design for that here. Let's see, Creator Hub. Oh, I do. So this part's still being implemented, but here you can manage all your worlds and assets, and it's like a one-click for you to share your custom uploaded assets to other developers, and then we're finding a way for you to be rewarded for that when other people use it. We have hosting, dedicated to hosting, directly built into the platform. So again, previously, if you were trying to make a GTA role-playing server or Minecraft server, you would have to use a third-party hosting service. But in our case, that's all integrated directly, and we provide it for free initially. There's also a way for you to easily create items. All that stuff is coming soon, but the exchange here is really the core part, where as a developer or as a creator, you're able to just browse different things, characters, vehicles, maps, and just add it directly to your world using build mode. So right inside the game, you're able to download other people's stuff directly in. This is like a hugely advantageous thing, or at least I think it helps a lot compared to other traditional platforms. So it's coming soon. Hopefully by the time I watch this later on, we would have made a lot more progress and a lot more people using it every day. I really see it beyond being used beyond just gaming, but that could come a bit later. And we have a lot of stuff planned to add on top of this. Where what we have is pretty basic right now, really just an advanced character and vehicle system and the scripting API. But we're going to add a lot more entities to this, adding a lot more features to build mode. My goal is to be able to replace the entire complicated AAA game creation pipeline into build mode itself, and making it as easy as something like Minecraft, where you could animate things directly in here, you could sculpt things directly in here. And the part of the big barrier to having the metaverse become a reality, besides the hardware aspect of it, is really the content side. So by letting people share it and by creating a culture of sharing these assets with other people and making everything interoperable, I think that's how we'll get there. So we'll see. I'm trying my best to design these as easy as possible. This has gone through multiple iterations of designs. Like the plugin has been redesigned like 3 or 4 times, and we got a great designer on our team that's helping us out, or helping me out with this stuff. But yeah, I'm just really excited to see what people create. I'm sure our minds will be blown by what people make. also got to make sure we have a lot of guides to get started on all this stuff. But I think that pretty much touches most of it. Oh yeah, we're also developing Parallel City Online, which is let me show you. That's basically a version of, it's almost like GTA Online in a sense. And it's a first-party title that we're building on top of our own framework. So this right here, I think this will attract a lot of people initially, and then after people come in to play this game, they're able to they can see that they can create their own games, and then I think that could be a natural progression. But just like GTA Online, it's a role-playing game where you can have different jobs, you earn money within it, and then you're able to spend it on different vehicles and weapons and clothing and all that stuff. But we give people the ability to spin up their own RP servers. So that's part of our strategy, is to go for mostly these role-playing servers. And there's all these existing communities of role-playing servers across different games like Gary's Mod and whatnot, and we're trying to convince them to come over to our platform. And really, it's about the customizability aspect of it and content ownership. Everything that you create using Helix, we want you to own. I think in the metaverse, that's how it should be also. And we're also advocating for sort of a open metaverse and modeling it more after the internet rather than the previous mobile era. We don't know if that will happen, but in a sense, if we're trying to become like the WordPress or Shopify of the metaverse, then it's really it's a tool, really, right? And it's up to the people to use the tool to make what they want. So with that said, oh yeah, we also have I'm pretty excited to get this thing actually launched, right? And then we have some trailers coming out, and I'm gearing up for a new round of funding. So that's kind of what I'm in the middle of, is we're trying to record some video demos of our platform. It's like so much that I have to condense it into like a 10-minute small presentation, and it's kind of hard because there's like so many things going on. But hopefully the funding round goes well, and I just want to make sure that our team members, that we have enough runway to make sure that they can get paid. And with the games business, it's like a hit-driven business, sort of. There's a sense that like if you have one thing and it does really well, then there's no need to raise money after that. It's just revenue. So hopefully that's where we get to. And I just there's so many things that I have planned for this. Like I want to do VR support and adding in AI directly into this. Giving more tools and more tools to people is kind of the ultimate goal here. So I'll watch this again in a few years. So if AI is watching this, then just give me a slight reminder, or just play it for me. And yeah, this is actually, I have to move out of this office today. It's kind of nostalgic to me because so much of Helix was created in this tiny little office. It's a shared office actually, right here. And right now it's cleared out. It used to be sort of populated with other people, but yeah, nostalgic moment.